have this or that, five, I guess, scenarios of either players or coaches you'll see in the NFL is the theme. And it's just who you'd rather have going forward for this season. Yeah.
Let's get into it.
Get fired up.
All right, number one. I'll pose the question to you first. Davante Adams or Cooper Kupp going into this season?
Honestly, I like Cooper Kupp a lot. I think he can do things at the receiver position that a lot of people can't do. The way he runs routes, it seems like he always finds a way to get open. His feet are some of the quickest and the best I've seen, I think, in the last 5 to 10 years. Antonio Brown would be up there in comparison.
I would even say even Devante's up there, but Cooper Kupp is almost next level.
Yeah, he just shakes defenders so easily. And then, the hands, he goes up and makes insane catches to go along with that. I think he's very reliable. And also, he's more comfortable going into this season. He's on a team, he's on a roster that they just won a Super Bowl.
Yep.
They gelled all last season. They have that
the continuity.
Right.
Continuity, yeah.
Going forward into this season. Now, Davante Adams on a new team with the Raiders. Yes, he's comfortable with Derek Carr, right? Old college teammates. But at the same time, it's a new organization. It's a new playbook.
New coach.
New coach, new front office. Everything's different. He's going to have to maybe have a couple weeks here to figure it out. So going forward, I'd take Cooper Kupp.
I agree with you. I'm going to go Cooper Kupp as well. First of all, I think he is a slightly more productive, at least this past season with Matt Stafford. 145 catches is insane. I worry a little bit with Davante Adams. Now, don't get me wrong. I like Derek Carr. Huge Derek Carr supporter. But nobody puts the ball in the right spot like Aaron Rodgers does. You know what I mean? Like, Derek Carr's good, but he's not that level good, right? And so it's going to take a little bit of an adjustment for Davante Adams. And like I said, I love that Cooper Kupp's come back with the same quarterback, a little bit more productive. I'll go Kupp as well. Also, he can play inside or outside.
Very versatile.
Very versatile. And Davante Adams, mostly an outside guy. Okay, number 2 here. Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes?
I'd say we've seen the consistency from Patrick Mahomes more. I think Josh Allen might actually have more of a ceiling than Mahomes. I think it's kind of crazy to say. But I think also with Mahomes' top weapon leaving, I'm going to take Josh Allen on this one. I like his arm. I think arm strength, they compare almost equally. Precision passing, I think Patrick probably takes that one.
Yeah, quite a little more accurate.
And he can do things like the sidearm throws and the backpedaling throws.
A little more versatile with his arm slot.
Yeah, I'd say more athletic, can make more of the throws on the run. But just overall pocket presence, guy that I want to lead my team, I'm going to go Josh Allen.
I'm going to agree with you, and especially because, like you said, top weapon, Tyreek Hill's gone. Josh Allen gets Stephon Diggs back, right? He gets all the top targets back, right? Gabriel Davis is emerging as a stud, as a number 2 receiver to Stephon Diggs. They get O.J. Howard, I believe, who's a really talented tight end from Tampa Bay. And I think Josh Allen, his running ability is really what sets it apart for me. And I agree. I think his ceiling is higher, right? The highs of Josh Allen, I think, are better at some points than the highs of Patrick Mahomes, and I believe it. I just think Mahomes is generally a little more steady-handed than Allen, but I think this year Allen is going to be, he's my MVP pick for this season. I know that's not a hot take. A lot of people are taking him to win MVP.
Yeah. I
feel pretty good about it. So, yeah, I'm going to go with him going into this season. And I don't even think that's a knock on Mahomes. I think Josh Allen's just that good.
All right, we're going to shake it up. I'm going to ask you first this time. We're going to go T.J. Watt or Aaron Donald?
I'm going to go with T.J. Watt. First of all, he just broke where he tied the sack record this past season. Nobody has more sacks than him over the course of the last 3 seasons. And then there's a whole like Myles Garrett versus T.J. Watt debate. That's not even close. I think the Aaron Donald debate is significantly closer. I think Aaron Donald is a more impactful player on a play-by-play basis than a Myles Garrett. So this is a better debate. But I think even more impactful is T.J. Watt. And some people are like, well, it doesn't stop the run quite as well. I disagree. I disagree. He only had 20 less tackles, which for an edge rusher, having only 20 less tackles than a defensive lineman is saying something, right? The fact that he's even close means he does stop the run. He is effective in stopping the run. 22 and a half sacks. He's a disruptor on every single play. And here's something interesting to note. He single-handedly made the play to win a game like 3 times this past season, and I remember 2 from the season before. Like, he is straight up winning you football games. Now, granted, Aaron Donald made that play in the Super Bowl to quote-unquote win the game, like a game-sealing play like I'm referencing right now. But I have no doubt that T.J. Watt could do that if he got to that level, right? I think T.J. Watt impacts more plays on a game-to-game basis. I'll go T.J. Watt.
I'm 100% agree with you. He has done things from that outside linebacker position, that edge rusher position, that we have never seen. Rarely ever seen. We've seen it, but when you see it, it's special. And TJ's that guy. He leads that defense. And same can be argued for Aaron Donald. It's like comparing, two greats. They're going to be two first ballot Hall of Famers when they get there. I think TJ Watt, though, does have the edge just because he's so versatile.
I agree.
And that position is so valuable, too. I mean, having a great edge rusher, we've seen how many game-changing sacks that he's had. We were at the game.
Yeah.
Ben's last home game at Heinz
where he had
Field.
like 5 sacks against Baker.
It was nuts. TJ.
Speaking of Baker or Jameis Winston, I'll go first. I'm going to go with Jameis Winston.
I think thought about this one for a little bit, haven't you?
I think he's grown up a bit more than Baker has. Seriously, he accepted the backup role in New Orleans. He got hurt and he worked his way back.
That's fair.
You can see he's taking his training up a notch. I'll go Jameis. I think he's a little bit more grown up right now than Baker is, and that might be sad to say.
Yeah.
You gonna go Jameis too?
I don't know. I just feel like the picks. I don't like picking Baker, and I don't like the thought of picking Baker, but. Jameis probably.
I will say they both have the same exact career pass rating, 87.8. So,
I'll go Jameis because he's not as noisy.
Fair enough. That's exactly why I'm doing it. And I don't think that's the reason Baker doesn't have a job. It's not because of his talent. It's because of the noise. All right, Kyle Shanahan or Sean McVay. I'm going to go Sean McVay. First of all, he has a Super Bowl, and he hasn't blown a lot of leads like Kyle Shanahan has.
True.
28-3 and the Super Bowl lead with the Niners. I do think Shanahan's a genius and revolutionary, but I think Sean McVay is that just to the next level. I don't think the gap is miles. I think it's feet. But I'll take McVay by a hair.
Okay.
You taking McVay?
Yes, but I think it's really, really close.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, it's close.
They're two of the best young minds in the NFL. I can't go with Shanahan just because I've seen that video of McVay being asked those questions about
He's just a genius
about his past games when he coached with Washington and all the way back, and he could tell you every single play from every single game and the outcome, who caught the ball. Yep. Insanity from like the last 10 years of his coaching career. Well, it's absolutely nuts. So impressive.
He's a genius, but guys.